It's been 15 years since Ninjago first graced our eyes and store shelves, and when I was a little kid, I saw the first wave in the January 2011 LEGO catalog and immediately fell in love. Something about the character designs, the ninja, the skeletons, Wu's beard piece, and above all else, what the heck were these spinner things? A minifigure would stand on top of it and it would spin. Looking back as an adult, it's pretty obvious it's just a top, but when I was a kid, I had to know. I had some Christmas money left over and begged my dad to take me to Target, and there I saw it, the Kai spinner. I also got Ninja Training Outpost because it was cheap and had another ninja, and this began an obsession with Ninjago. Throughout the year I'd get more sets. Next was Skull Motorbike, which came with Jay and my first villain for my ninjas to fight. At that point I had 3 of the 4 ninja, so my second spinner had to be Zane, because then I'd have all 4 ninja. Of course that was a problem because I couldn't just have 2 ninja spinners. Maybe they're training and fighting each other, but I needed a skeleton spinner for them to battle. Sometime in the late spring there was a new wave of spinners. Kai's sister, the skeleton with a really cool head, and Cole DX, which I already had Cole, but there's a cool dragon on his suit, so I need that, obviously. In September, there were some new cool skeletons and a new Wu, but the most exciting was Garmadon. Now, I didn't have any of the more expensive sets that he came in, but the fact that they put him in a $10 set was awesome. And he had a cool purple spinner, so of course I needed that. This wave was also when they started teasing the next evolution of Ninjago. On the back of the instructions for that final wave, there was a mysterious snake in the year 2012. Around this time, too, I started to see leaks online of the new sets that would come out in January of 2012, but I really didn't like them. I was confused why there were snakes instead of skeletons. The ninja had this weird samurai armor. Later, it was just the kendo armor, which they barely used anyway. But there was this new Lloyd Garmadon character. Who is he? He can't possibly be that important. He looks stupid. Now, looking back, it was kind of silly of me to think that they'd make sets about the skeletons forever. I think in my kid brain, I thought it was a much longer time period than it actually was, and they still have yet to make some of the locations from the pilot, so I think that was contributing to my disdain for 2012. In this fit of panic, I started desperately buying all of the rest of the spinners that I didn't have because I couldn't afford to buy all the sets. I spent the rest of the year and the beginning part of 2012 hunting down the final remaining spinners. I remember picking up one of the last skeletons I didn't have in LEGO's after Christmas clearance sale for $5, which was ridiculous at the time, and I found Crazy in a random boutique toy store. They were charging $15 though, so of course I probably struck a deal with my mom where she would buy it and then I'd pay her back later when I had the money. But I did it. I managed to get all 2011 spinners, which meant I had the figures from all of those sets, which was every character except Sam Kai and JDX. And with the spinners there came the cards. Oh, the spinner cards. Part of the appeal for me was that with each spinner you'd get the cards for that character, which meant you could play as them in the game. The artwork on these is fantastic. Once I had all the spinners, it did mean I had the entire 81 card collection. Now, in 2012, I did a lot worse, partially because I was still trying to finish 2011, and there were a lot more spinners for more characters, and there were booster packs now, but I did pretty well that year, so I can't complain too much. Sometime in high school, I did start to buy more of the old booster packs that I missed, so I don't super remember which ones I actually had as a kid, but there's still like 10 or so that I'm missing now. These cards have just been sitting in a box for like 12 years, and that's just doesn't seem like a great way to show them off. So let's fix that. I got these card binders from GameGenic. They're for like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, but they'll also work for Ninjago. I got this 8-pocket one, which will show 4 cards on a page at a time. These things hold 160 cards each, and there's only 81 cards for the pilots and 125 for Season 1, so we'll be fine there. I did think about combining them into one binder, but with the 4 elements and the 4 original ninja, it just felt like it made sense. I'm gonna go put them in binders now. The first page for 2011 is all the fire characters, Kai, Nia, Kai DX, and Frakja. The 2012 binder starts with Lloyd ZX and the 3 Kai variants, which I'm also quite happy with because Kai obviously should have been the Green Ninja. As you can see, both sets have the special cards, which were released as promos in one way or another. Interestingly, the Black Robe Sensei Wu is a special card, even though he came in a normal $10 spinner. Similarly, Kendo J is a special card, but this one is lenticular, so I guess that kind of makes sense. There never was a normal card for Kendo J, so you could just slot him in to where he should be in the numbering order, but I've chosen not to in order to keep my life together. I'm really happy with the 2011 binder. It looks super nice with all the pages completely filled in, but it's quite obvious that I'm missing a lot from 2012. Fortunately, I'm an adult with adult money now, so I can do something about that. Here it is. Wow, what a classic poster. In 2011, there was just one little booklet, but in 2012, they split them out into building instructions and then instructions on how to play the game. Not that the building instructions are really anything more than just like, that's how you do it, but it is very cool to see some of these other pieces. So, but there is Lloyd ZX Ninjago. Oh, it's so good. And there is the Lloyd ZX character card. So he's a very balanced character, being the Green Ninja, obviously. And it is super, super cool to have these. And then 3 of the cards are the green. Checks all 4. So the other one, oh, yep, there it is. Cole ZX, Windmill Spin, Rockfall, Elemental Force. These are in decent shape. Well, the back of that one's a little rough, but the front is actually fine. Interesting. You know, this card is silly. But there we go. So, putting some more cards in, we got Lloyd ZX, and this front page is now perfect. We have the Green Ninja and the 3 Kais, who should have been the Green Ninja, but oh well. I have I think 6 more spinners, Kendo, Zane, Samurai X, 4 of the snakes that I don't remember. Maybe I'll do a complete review when I have the whole collection. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. So hopefully this gave you an idea of what to do with your card collection. I know I enjoy flipping through these more than a box. Speaking of boxes, I should also do something about minifigs, but that's going to be another video.